Hi guys, this is Henry Pim coming to you with another review. And this time it's the Vision. The Vision being one of my favorite characters of the Avengers, mainstay of the Avengers, husband to Scarlet Witch, and of course, well, you could kind of say half brother to Wonder Man, aka Simon Williams. Um, the Vision was created by Ultron as a means to get to the Avengers, a synthesoid with the brain patterns from Simon Williams, the then deceased Wonder Man. Um, and he finally turned on Ultron. He was convinced by the Avengers to join them in their fight against Ultron, and they convinced him that the fight was not a good fight that he was fighting. So he joined the Avengers side. Um, so yeah, very interesting character. One of my favorite Avengers ever. I loved him in the '80s setup. I mean, my favorite my favorite Avengers setup basically is the '80s setup. With the Avengers Beast and Scarlet Witch, Vision, Captain America, Hawkeye. Um, well, who am I? She-Hulk, would be a very good addition to that. Hercules, basically all the '80s Avengers, and it's gonna be a very big lineup, I know, but it's like choosing between the children that you have and choosing your favorite. I mean, you just can't. So you gotta love them all equally, and I do. I love them equally, and I have all the Avengers in two cabinets. Well, not all of them can fit into there, but I try to fit them into there, and I'll put up some shelves to put them all in one decent lineup. But in the meantime, I have them in a display case with my favorite Avengers. Doctor Strange is in there. Of course, Goliath, Giant Man. Ant Man is in there. The Wasp. Namor is in there. So yeah, all my favorite characters of the Avengers, former Avengers like Captain Marvel, the Hulk, She-Hulk I mentioned, are all in there, and it's basically an Avengers monument I built. But yeah, this is the Vision. This is a 2005 statue created by Randy Bowen himself with the help of the Shiflett brothers. And the Shiflett brothers are, not very unfamiliar name because they, of course, did a very good Hulk, which I used to own and is now broken in pieces, but that's a whole other story. And he also did one of my favorite pieces. That's the action pose Juggernaut by Bowen as well. So yeah, very talented guys, and Randy Bowen, with Randy Bowen himself, he cannot go wrong. He is an artist. I'm a big fan of him. Um, he's the godfather of the 1/6 scale statue industry. I mean, other companies owe a lot to that guy. I mean, he basically did it himself when it comes to laying the foundation for the whole business, for the whole industry. So Sideshow, Kotobukiya, Hard Hero, guys like that should get down on their knees and thank Mr. Randy Bowen himself. But back to the topic. This is number 627 of 2000. Um, so yeah, it is a high number statue, but it is so uncommon to come across. I mean, you don't find these a lot. You know, I mean, in recent days, I've come across like a couple, two or three maybe, but when I was looking for him, there was like one, maybe two, for sale, and it wasn't going for cheap. I mean, it was going for like $300, $350, and that is a very cheap. And I know there is a phasing variant of this one, but I wanted the regular variant because this speaks to me more. I mean, the phasing part, I didn't think it suited him. It was more reminiscent of Sue Storm of the Avengers, Sue Richards of the Fantastic Four. The legs were transparent. That was it. So I didn't need to get that one, and I'm still very satisfied with this one. And no need to make another Vision. I mean, I saw the sideshow pieces of the Vision, the one where he is a little robot with the Scarlet Witch, which I did, think was very unique and funny. I was tempted to buy that, but I only buy 6 scale statues, so I didn't do it. It was very tempting, I can tell you that. And of course, the premium format Vision, which is very good, with the ultimate faces for the exclusive one. I mean, that's a very good statue. But, you know, 1/6 scale is the life for me. Easy to store. Well, easier to store. Not if you have as many as I do. So I'm going to have to solve that issue some other time. And where to put all my statues. But yeah, if you look at the detail of this piece, I mean, the cape itself is done superbly. You can see all the, you know, the curves of the cape. And, you know, the high collar here. I love that part here. It's awesome. And he's holding his cape. And just the pose of him, you know, and, you know, the paint itself is just magnificent. And you can see the comic in the back. That's Avengers 238. Avengers Unlimited Vision. And it's actually an issue where the Vision, he was badly hurt or badly damaged in battle, and you know, he was put in his chamber to recover. But he was still there mentally. You know, his brain functions were still working, and he just, you know, with the help of Star Fox, he managed to connect himself to Isaac, the living computer on the Titan, the home world of Star Fox, of course, and you know, he projected himself and you know, made a hologram version of himself and was able, you know, to calculate, you know, faster than the speed of light or something like that. You know, he transcended corporeal existence, and well, afterward, as you might or might not know, he became the leader of the Avengers as well. So yeah, interesting storyline. Not the best storyline, I believe, for the Vision. I mean, the Vision has a lot more of interesting stories, but, you know, it is what it is. And I wanted to show you guys that the resemblance between the comic depiction and the depiction here is spot on. I mean, I don't just mean spot on, I mean perfect. The color is there. Focus. The color is there. You know, the diamond shape, you know, kind of emblem here is there. You know, the paint scheme is good and it's perfect. You know, of course the grandma panties are still there. You know, which every superhero has, and, you know, the waist belt, the whatever it is, you know, done very accurately. So this is a very, very well done sculpture, and I love it. I love the character. I needed to have this. I mean, this was a piece that I needed to have. This is one of my first pieces that I got. I mean, I know I'm not, you know, I didn't get into the game that long ago, but this was one of my first 5 pieces, I believe. I wanted Captain America, I wanted Hawkeye, I wanted Thor, I wanted, you know, the Hulk, and I wanted the Vision. Those were my first 5 Avengers characters that I needed to get. So yeah, an excellent piece. Paint job wise, I would give this a 7.5, or no, a 7, because I do see some flaws in the paint. Being an older statue, you cannot, you know, you cannot, you know, complain about that. It's hard to complain about that. The newer statues are done, you know, in a much different way, you know, very different way from this one. So if you compare them, you know, it's not fair to compare this statue. I mean, it's a 9-year-old statue that we're talking about. So yeah, you know, I mean, the paint job could have been better, but I like it. You know, it does what it needs to do. It depicts the fish, and I love the color red on his face. I love how they done the eyes, you know, the deep black eyes. The sculpt itself, for me, is perfect. The pose is very reminiscent of the Vision. So the pose itself, I would give definite 8. So all in all, overall, my number for this one, or my grade for this one, would be a 7.5. So this is my review of the Vision. Please comment and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye bye.